All right, y'all. So we are back for another episode. We are going to share another inspiring story about a woman-owned business. We got Bianca in the house today.
Hey, girl. Hey.
She is a whole vibe, y'all.
I'm nervous.
No, there's nothing to be nervous about. So
No.
just like I'm going to jump into this and say the lips is popping.
Popping.
Period. Guess who I'm wearing?
Came with it. Okay.
Period. So we are going to jump right into it. Let's tell me about you, your journey. How did you get into the world of cosmetics? Because it is a billion-dollar industry. So what inspired you to start your business?
Honestly, it was back in 2019. I was sitting at like a cafe, and keep in mind, I was working full time at that point. And so I was trying to figure out like what could be like a side hustle or side something that I could do. And I never thought of myself as an entrepreneur, like ever. But I had a partner that was very much so into that and taking risks and stuff. So we had a conversation, and he was just like, what do you like to do? Could you see yourself doing services, product? What is it? So I started like rummaging in my purse, and I was just like, girl, you're obsessed with lip cosmetics. That's all that it is. And so I started doing research and just started ordering a whole bunch of ingredients and just started playing in the kitchen. And that's what happened. So in 2020, March 1st, literally right before pandemic, I decided to launch, and I ran with it, and it has been amazing ever since. The first year I did like 3 collections. So very much so self-taught.
Yeah,
looking up just, different cosmetic chemists out there and formulators. So yeah, I never really had like a huge inspiration or like, want to play into a lot of makeup, but lip cosmetics was it for me, whether it was like a lip gloss, a lip balm, any of that. So that's kind of how I stepped in. I just like decided to go full force and like drop a whole bunch of visuals because I was like, you just got to come hard. I didn't see anybody in Fresno that was really pushing the envelope on lip cosmetics as a whole, and then how could I change the tone and like bring it forward. And so here I am going into year 4. It sounds crazy. I love it.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, I love it. So I can relate when it comes to like creating stuff, because a lot of people I shared on past episodes about my journey, and I had a hair care line, and girl,
formulator.
Girl, that mixing up in the kitchen is not for the weak.
No, it is not. It is really not. And honestly, and that's why I like stayed focused on my like my lip gloss and try to get that down. And I'm learning over time. So I got into liquid matte lipsticks. But yes, being in the lab or your home lab, is very like, it's fun because you get to dip and dabble, but it's also very stressful because you're just like, I don't even know, like, are people going to like this? Different finishes, different like feelings of products and stuff like that. So yeah, it is not for the weak. Unfortunately, you do waste a lot of product just with testing, but I wouldn't trade it. So much fun. It
is. It's a lot of fun for sure. I kind of miss it sometimes, but it's a lot of work. It is. Okay. What are the initial steps of starting? So you jumped right in it. So what would you say was like initial steps to getting in? Like, you knew you wanted to do lips, but like, how did you get started?
Yeah.
Like, with actually formulating or mixing up?
Yeah. So like I said, I just scourged up a whole bunch of just different types of ingredients. Yeah. I focus solely on lip cosmetics because I have a lot of people ask like, are you going to do anything else? Like, are you going to venture out? But it's like, it's very scary. And obviously knowing that world of just formulating and all of that, it's a lot. And so I really wanted to hone in on lip cosmetics. Maybe in the future I might do different stuff, or maybe like a dual product where you can use it in different parts of the face.
She'll know, it's coming.
But yeah, so I just went full-fledged. I didn't really have... Like I did have a really, really close friend that was in business herself. And so I was able to kind of see what she was doing. She's in the beauty industry as well. And my sister came up doing lash extensions. And so I just had a lot of support there, knowing that we could do this. Like,
absolutely.
So I did a lot of research on like paperwork. So I have So corporate side of me, I'm event specialist. Okay. So I have event planning experience. That's what I went to school for. And so like getting into owning your own business, and I was working with small businesses too in the downtown area in Fresno. And so I was just like, maybe I could see myself doing this, and I can figure out the paperwork and like knowing the difference between a sole prop and an LLC and like which one I wanted to go for and stuff like that. So yeah, honestly, I just went full-fledged. I didn't really have like a mentor, I would say. I did have a lot of business friends that I learned along the way, just getting services and stuff like that. But I just figured it out. Yeah. Like, and you just gotta go. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. I swear.
When you surround yourself by people, you do eventually wind up around people that can help you 100%. Along the way. And just doing research, like I always say, like, don't doubt yourself just because you're new to the industry or you don't know.
Exactly.
Because the people before you and brands before you, I guarantee they were not in the industry or that deep in the industry to start their own business, and they kind of figured it out along the way. Just keep going.
So if you're out there trying to start your own business, please do it. Like, I know it's so scary. Do your homework. If you do have a mentor or someone to look to kind of ask questions or some guidance, like definitely hone in on that, but go for it.
For sure. Let's talk about building your brand. So I know that is like super important, and you've done a phenomenal job with your branding. Like it's everything. So much. For sure. So can you talk a little bit about creating a unique brand identity and what that looks like for you?
So personally, I mean, I can only go back onto what I know and my experience and what I did. But like when I first started, I knew that like camera time was everything. And getting in front of the camera and talking to your audience and building the trust in the community, I think is really, really big. And I think that is really big right now with authenticity too. And them just knowing who you are behind the camera. Like, yes, we can get so caught up in like our services and like our products and that being like the main focus, but people love to see who's behind doing everything. And so that's how I came out. And I'm very much of like a visual person. And so when I thought about like my campaigns and what would make me stand out, it's like I wanted like full on production, like video, music video type feeling. Oh, I like that. But trying to put my twist on it through cosmetics. And I was like, well, how do I do that? And all this other stuff. But really, just sitting with yourself, scheduling things out, like getting to the drawing board and just putting maybe not even dates, but just like, okay, this month I feel like I want to do this, right? So looking at your entire calendar year. But really it's just authenticity, getting in front of the camera, building your community. Don't be scared because people want to see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's how I started out, and just like campaigns, marketing is everything. Everything. When I say sometimes, I mean, it may be more important than your product or your service sometimes, because it's who is doing it, right? Like, are you making the product or are you doing the services? But they want to know who that person is. So
they do. It's really important. A lot of people are shy to get in front of the camera, and so I'm
still scared.
Yeah, it's scary. It is. You get used to it the more you do it.
Yes.
But people, that's where content creation has gone. Like, they want to see the person behind the brand. Like, period. Like, who are you? What do you look like? People nosy, okay? They want to know. Exactly. They want to know. They want to experience it. Not nosy in a bad way, but I'm just saying, like, people want to know, like, who is it? Like, you can't just keep putting the brand out, and then they want to see everything. They want to see you mixing. They want to see that type of stuff. And I had to learn that over the time. Like, I was like, no, I'm not gonna. People don't want. You think like, well, people don't want to see that. They actually do.
No, they
do, because a lot of people get inspired by that. They're like, okay, she grinding, she doing this. Oh, I could do that. She doing it, I could do it too. So it's sometimes inspirational to people, and 100%. We don't even know it. We don't. We're just like, people don't want to see that. But
no, they actually do.
They like to see a lot of behind the scenes for sure.
Yeah,
I've learned that.
So yeah, marketing #1.
Yeah.
Get to it.
Plan out. Marketing is like, it's hard, especially when it's just you, or even if it's just you and one person. It's hard. It is so hard
to
do everything.
To editing to like just your mood boards on what you like see yourself like bringing to the table with whatever it is that you're doing. But like, schedule it out. Scheduling out, plan it out. You guys know that I talk about that over and over again about
batching content. Planning out is the main thing. Like, you should really be planning out like quarterly.
What are your tips for like? So you batch content.
I do batch. Okay. I'm a big batcher because baby, I'm not about to be stressed
Time
out. Like, oh my
money.
God, oh my God, I didn't post anything. No, that stuff be scheduled. I love that Instagram has made it more easier because when I came up, like when I even started my marketing business, like we were back when they still doing it, but it doesn't really work now. They would have like basically it's essentially AI that will go and comment on people's page and like grab people's attention. That's how people get followers. That's why you see all the different, like you'll see weird people looking at your stories and stuff like that. It's usually a system that's pushing those out. And that's really how I made my debut into marketing, was doing that. Like that was when it first came out. Oh baby, these influencers and stuff, they was paying top dollar for that. Yeah. Put me in the system, get me next to my target audience. But when we were doing it, it was more you were able to tailor to a real target audience. So you would take I would take a top body sculptor and I would put her in there and some other people around, maybe some models or something like that, or somebody in fitness, and they will go target to their audience.
Right.
So they're going to be more inclined, if your content's on point, content got to be on point, to once now I'm liking and I'm liking, commenting, or whatever, grabbing their attention, they're going to be like, if you see someone like 10 of your pictures or 5 of your pictures, you're going to be like,
hold on.
Who that?
Right.
You're going to click on it. And so that's when it's really important to make sure your content's on point. Because if I go to your page and your page is trash, I'm like, get on my page.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. Like, why are you trying to grab my attention type thing? So that was one of the things that was like really, really big back then, was doing that for sure. Like grabbing the attention and just making sure that your content's on point for that to receive those new followers. So yeah.
Exactly.
Tips, let me see. More tips on marketing. Let me say. It's just mainly that, batching your stuff, staying on top of your content, making sure you're putting out quality content.
Right.
Not trying to rush and just put just anything out, just making sure it's quality. And, budgeting for marketing. A lot of people don't know how to budget. And I've said it 100 million times. Like, you don't have to have this huge marketing budget.
Right.
But set aside something for it, whether it be paying someone to make your graphics, someone production coming in, or doing a photo shoot, things like that are important to brands, whether it's a personal brand or like a business. Doing those photo shoots. I haven't did personal photo shoots in a while. I used to be really big on that. But and that was like a form of like self-care for me. Like it just made me feel good just to do pictures. I got hundreds and hundreds of pictures. I ain't did nothing with, but I did them and it made me feel good in the moment.
Yes, that happens.
And just doing those and making sure you're staying up to date and doing audits on your stuff, whether you're doing it or hiring someone to audit your stuff, like just making sure the functionalities of your website and things like that are all part of like your branding and when it comes to operations of your business.
100%.
For sure.
So I think I remember you saying Instagram is like your space right now.
It is. Instagram's my space right now. I'm not a TikToker.
I'm trying to learn. Listen, it's very
exhausting.
It's
stressful. It's too much.
It is very exhausting.
So stressful. It's too many platforms. I can't do it. I did. I've said it over and again. You're going to hear me saying a lot because some of you guys might be jumping in late and don't hear these tips, but I'm big on interns. So I have an intern coming in for my business now that's going to help me. She's in marketing. So that's freeing up my time. So she's going to be doing like my marketing, like creating my content. So I ain't got to do it. I'm tired of creating content, y'all. Yeah. Unless it's like, I don't got time to make graphics and stuff like that. And
it's the time too. And I especially like for service providers, right? It's just like it's for product. I mean, we're busy, right? Yeah. But it's just like we have, I think, a little bit more time on our hands. For you guys, it's like you're literally taking in, customers, and you may be running late or whatever, and you got another person coming in right after, and it's like, where do you have time? And sometimes, like, where do you have time to eat or take a sip of water?
I'll be burnt out by the end of the day, and then I got a child, so then I get home, she mommy, and I it's have to like. Yeah. Maybe just give me 10 minutes.
Right, exactly.
You just give me 10 minutes to unwind for a minute. So that extra time it's going to free up is like everything. I'm so excited to have her come in and help me out with other operations of the business for sure. That brand ambassadors are really big. I know
that's
that you
what
do
I need to tap into.
Brand ambassadors are big. What do you mean? Don't you have brand ambassadors?
I do
it
not.
Seemed like it. Okay, well,
I don't. I mean, the
Well,
community,
they show you love because it looks like you got brand ambassadors for sure.
They do. And I need to get onto it. And like, speaking of TikTok and stuff, I'm new on there. Like, I've had the page, but I didn't really understand it because I was really trying to hone in on Instagram. And I feel like every platform is forever changing. And it's just like, I'm trying to be more present in different platforms just because I feel like I have a product that can go places.
For sure.
Or a couple of products that can go places.
Yes,
so
girl.
Learning TikTok. I just got approved for the TikTok shop the 1st of this month.
Congratulations.
I know. Very, very exciting. But also it's just like, okay, this is different. And how's the content? It's different content on TikTok than it is on Instagram.
I would honestly like look at some of like your inspirational like brands that you look up to and kind of see. You don't have not do stuff verbatim, but kind of see like, okay, what type of content are they putting out and how are their numbers going?
Exactly.
This is kind of probably the same type of audience that I would love to attract, would like to see.
Right.
That would be something easy to kind of see, but TikTok is a whole nother beast, baby.
It is. I feel like it's a lot about tutorials. Longer content is coming back into like surface mode which I feel like we've been so caught up in like short form type content, which now predictions are saying like, okay, they want longer form, back to like the YouTube.
They do.
They want to be more like into knowing behind the scenes and what you're doing. And it's all about like quality and education.
Yeah.
People
I just watched a YouTube on that. There's like this guy that does facials in LA, and he had said that they actually have a paid program for it now, and I'm about to look into it.
Okay.
Because they're paying people to do longer content. And I was like, shut your mouth.
Right.
Your girl like to talk. Hold on now. Let me do some tutorials. Pay me. Let me get a little extra stream of income. I ain't gonna turn no money down. So that's something that I have learned. I'm like, okay, well, y'all, but like you were saying, like it's forever changing. Like, baby, like, which one do you want? You want short? Like, if you want us dance, you want us scream.
Yeah, it's exhausting. I do follow a couple of like marketer guru type folks online on Instagram specifically, and I try to just get as much game from them as I can as possible because it's like we're forever trying to market our stuff, right? So what are the trends, or not even trends, but what are we looking forward to for the next season, and like pushing business, and what does that look like? So I've also seen like DM automation. I don't know if you've been seeing that.
I haven't tapped into it yet, but I've been seeing that like when I would message certain people, or like they're really big. Like I know on Instagram it's really big on like they'll say like drop a certain word,
right?
And then from there they'll automate
the
message, or they'll drop like a digital product to you or something. I'm like, hold on,
right? This is
real new.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Just learning more marketing stuff. I feel like being your own boss too. It's just like we have to wear so many hats. Marketing is obviously what we're talking about, a very big part of the business. So it's like honing in, trying to get as much education as possible. Sure. And like you've mentioned before, going to like conferences and getting able to get out there and network with other people, and just kind of just, getting motivated.
For sure. It keeps you, it's almost like a reset. You get around other people and then you just hear like their story, and it's inspirational. And I need to get, like I was saying before, I need to get back on them because they really are like the reset button. Yeah. When you go 100%. And you'll get that information and access to people and stuff like that.
More education 2024. Okay. Yeah. more networking, more mixing it up.
Yes. And I'm excited of the growth of like the Central Valley, and like how many events are starting to pop up and stuff.
Yes.
And we're having more access to where we don't have to go like way to LA and stuff like that. We're getting a lot of like events when it comes to like women-owned businesses, or women-owned or women conferences, and just conferences as a whole for businesses. I love it.
Right.
Because there's a lot popping up for sure.
Well, speaking of networking and mixers, you put a little reminder in my ear. So also I am a co-founder of the Alphas with Love. So I don't know if you've seen that on Instagram, but we're a business-focused organization platform that is led by women. So myself and Hannah by Jazzy. I don't know if you've met her here locally.
I met her like once.
You were at the pop-up, and she was right next to me.
She was working with someone, so I didn't get to talk to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. I know of her for sure.
Yeah, so we kind of got together in 2021 because we're all about just like getting boss babes together and just having conversations and being able just to talk to each other just about the things that we go through, whether it's service, whether it's product, just all the things that have to do with business. And so we decided to launch this platform, and it's women-owned business focused. So we cater to them and provide events. So whether that be like mixers, content days, workshops, just getting back to the basics. Sometimes we need a reset, or retreats too. Yeah. We actually took almost 20 ladies to Las Vegas in 2021 in June. We got a fat house, and we did a whole bunch of just like mixing it up, getting to know each other. I love that. And they're like our besties. Like, I love it. We've just been growing the community, but like very much into motivating and learning together and passing knowledge, because that's what we're all about. But yeah.
Okay, well, tell me
do some stuff with you.
Yes, girl. Tell me when the next event. I will be there front and center.
We're planning. Yes. So
I love it. Okay, so how do you ensure that your brand resonates with your target audience? 'Cause I know that's something that I think we all struggle with.
Resonate. Well, obviously the target market for me is like beauty, the beauty industry. I mean, we're so large, but I'm finding more FaceTime.
Okay.
Still gaining, like, I'm still trying to build my audience, right? So still getting in front of the camera. So 2023 was kind of like a weird year for me personally. So my business kind of went a little roller coastery because I was still working full time, and then I got laid off, furloughed immediately out of nowhere back in May. So just a whole big shift, but really getting in front of the camera again, talking to my folks, and just teaching. I think more so than ever, I'm shifting my content to be more like tutorial based and tips and stuff like that. But just keeping them entertained as well within education and doing fun stuff and trending stuff. But just being in the know with new products. Because I feel like we get so caught up in like trending, but I also like fight with myself. It's like, okay, do you want to do things that are trending or things that you are focused on, and just focused on that one thing, and don't get caught up into the rest of, the things that are going on out there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's hard sometimes because it'd be a lot.
It is.
I get sucked in sometimes. I'll be like, let me put my screen time on because I'm doing too much. I'll be on there.
No, yeah. Like dead and I'll get like trying to find inspiration
off track,
too. Yeah, for sure. But
as long as you bring it back in, you good.
Exactly.
For sure. Okay, overcoming challenges. That's something that every entrepreneur goes through. I don't think that side of business is shown enough, but there definitely is challenges and struggles throughout everybody's journey. Can you talk to us about any hurdles or challenges that you faced with starting your business or running your business?
Yeah, challenges. I mean, you're always going to get hit with different challenges, whatever projects. It could be within a project, or like, for me, creating a product, things like that. I think my biggest challenge, and a lot of people don't see, is like, how do you get like packaging? Number one is packaging for me. That's my biggest thing. And a lot of people I look at other brands and I'm like, oh my God, they're coming out with so many things. And I can't look at that because I'm like, they're a team of like 100 and you're a team of one, girl. Calm down.
Right.
But so I just, have to remember, and it takes time.
For sure.
It takes time, because sometimes we get so caught up in like trying to be fast and like, okay, whatever, it's not perfect, but we'll run with it anyways, which you're gonna go through that anyways, just creating and doing things. But like packaging has been my biggest challenge. I've been wanting to drop so much, or I paid for something and it's not what it was, so I can't sell it, so I lose out.
What do you mean, like finding quality like packaging?
Quality packaging, okay. Yeah. So I guess for starters, I make and mix all of my products except for my lip liners. So I have my product already. It's just what goes inside of it. So it's like, am I dealing with just the product itself? So like, let's say like a lip gloss tube, right? Okay, well, you have to order like 500 tubes for me to get customized printing of my logo on this tube. I don't okay, well, if I invest in just that one tube, then I can't do this other product, right? So it's just like a lot of weighing my options on that, and then working with vendors that are all the way in China.
Yeah.
But all of my vendors that I work with are in China.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of just going back and forth, video calls, making sure things are right. I mean, I've had things like they send me, samples, and then I make my order, and then it's totally different. And so, yeah, just dealing with a lot of stuff like that. As far as like personal stuff, challenges, don't compare yourself to others. I feel like sometimes we get like so caught up into looking. Of course, we look to gain inspiration and, just seeing what's out there and just research and stuff. But don't compare yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's the biggest thing. And I feel like, again, we always go through it. But yeah, for me, biggest challenge, working with vendors.
Yeah, vendors.
Figuring it all out. Yeah.
For sure.
Packaging is a lot. Just building a product in general.
Or them being out. But them quantities with working with them, some of them be tripping. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
You can have a small.
I mean, thank goodness I found a couple of vendors that are on the lower end for the MOQs. But yeah, if you know, it's a struggle sometimes. But it's been fun too.
I mean, it's fun.
But some cries here and there.
But that's the flip side of it. So to learn like on the other side, especially when it comes to like products, like them sourcing them samples and stuff, it's definitely a struggle.
Exactly.
Finding the right product for sure.
Designing, yeah.
Yeah. They design for you for spec, or you approve? You send the design to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I design all of everything that you see, the printing, all the things, the logos. Okay. I do send it in, and so they just print my stuff, but do it right.
Right.
Please.
And then you got to send it back. Then you got to wait for them to redo it. Yeah. Because we get a lot of our stuff, like when it comes to like equipment and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's a struggle. Like I'll ask for certain stuff and they'll send something else. And I'm like, now y'all know it's going to take another month to get me my right stuff. Exactly. Especially when it was like replacement probes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, now you messing with my money because now I can't use this machine because this whole probe don't work and you didn't sent the wrong one. And I sent you a picture of the label. How you messed this up?
Right.
I'm going to need you to express shipping.
The ups and downs, I swear.
For sure. Let's talk about empowerment because you be in the community, and I love it. If I'll pop up the other day, I'm like, hey, girl, I knew you was going to be here.
Popping out.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so knowing empowering women, how do you incorporate that mission with your business practices?
Yeah, so just messaging for me, quotes, just putting that within my campaigns and launches. I've always been about messaging. I've always been about giving back. I've always been about just the creative and giving people platforms within my business. I've just been like a cheerleader for everybody, to be honest. And so I think cosmetics specifically gives us a self-confidence boost, whether we know it or not. I mean, like, I could have no makeup on right now, put on a lip, and I feel like, okay, like, I could do a little something. I can make something shake, like, you know what I mean? And so I feel like that's a part of, like, what I put forth with my cosmetics, and I want people to feel beautiful in their own skin with clean beauty.
Right. So that's going to make you feel good, though, especially when
it does.
You see me like, oh, I see you, girl.
Yeah. They always be like, yeah, you don't miss a beat with the Good Morning Post. Like, I love like that they're able to connect with me through my stories.
And they be missing it, too. You miss a day, like, you okay, sis?
Right. So I'm like, I can't miss it.
Right.
I think I probably missed like one.
But I made them post.
I know.
But imagine you throw it in the scheduler. You ain't going to miss a beat.
Exactly. She know. But yeah, that's how I'd say self-confidence.
Yeah,
booster, for sure.
It's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in my industry, it's the same with that self-confidence. Like, you be like, yeah, I did that.
Right.
Yeah,
or just knowing that you put a smile on somebody's face.
Absolutely.
Or touch them in some type of way, because sometimes it's not, I mean, yes, they're here for your service or, your product, but the way that you make them feel through your branding. Right. And through your conversations or times that you have with them. So, yeah.
Yeah, especially those, like, unexpected like messages when they send you,
Oh.
oh girl, I've been in here like about to cry,
Bawling.
like, oh my God, I didn't know I made these people feel like
Right.
this.
Or it's like you're having the worst day, or like something's
Someone-
going, left, and you just get a message and you're just like,
that's
okay,
confirmation. You be sitting there
100%.
like, yeah,
Or
you
you're
doing it.
out, you don't think that you're going to run into someone and they're like, oh my gosh, like they give you the biggest like big ups, and you're just like, what the heck?
Right.
Like,
Right.
like, oh my gosh, it makes you feel so good, but it makes you feel good that you're touching other people too.
Right. I
So.
think I was like randomly at like Chill Suite one day, and I was in the bathroom, and then I came out, and I'm over here like trying to adjust my little boobs and stuff, get right.
Right.
And she's like, oh my God, you're her body bar. I was like,
Period.
okay.
Right.
She
The
know
call
me.
outs. The call outs.
So I was like, but that just made me feel so good. I was like, okay, so like I'm seeing what, even though at certain moments I might feel like I'm unseen, and I'm like, okay, they see me. Like, I'm having a good time and no
Right.
branding on. Like, you were like, no, I know who you are type thing. And I was like, oh, she's like, yeah, girl, she be in there. She be doing the laser stuff.
Right,
I
putting everybody on in the bathroom.
was in the bathroom
and you just
cracking up.
like,
She's like, you got some flyers? You know I stay on point. Yes, I do, ma'am. Here you go.
yes.
So that it's those type of moments. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing it, and I love what I do. Type
Exactly.
thing. Oh,
That's
I
fun.
love it.
I love that for you.
Thank you. Do you have any tips or strategies for managing a cosmetic line?
Tips
If somebody's like looking out like, I might want to do that, or I might want to dip into cosmetics.
Yeah.
Because you just jumped right in there, but
I
I'm
did.
sure over the years you've learned
For sure.
different stuff.
I've taken some like online courses. I mean, if you really trying to get in the nitty gritty and you're trying to like test products and be in the lab and stuff, I recommend going to school to be a cosmetic chemist.
Okay.
It's a bachelor's degree, then you have to go into master or PhD, whatever. But definitely lab work and experience. I already went through school.
Yeah.
And I could go back for sure, but I think down the line I see myself like more so partnering with a cosmetic chemist. And that's for my personal journey. But I mean, you can go that route. You can totally just jump right in like I did, and you just kind of learn as you go. And then as your business gets there, you kind of decide like, all right, am I going to keep doing this, or am I going to have to outsource and bring somebody on the team to help me, push forth more amazing products? Because, we don't know everything, right? And you work with more expert people. But I would say, do your research. 100% do your research.
For sure.
Know where you're getting your supplies from, and know that they know and research that they are cosmetic grade. But yeah, lean on the cosmetic industry, people that are doing what you want to do. I would go out and literally like search for people through like hashtags. And I would voice memo them in their DMs just to start conversations, because I don't really have anyone here really to look to as far as like specifically lip cosmetics and building those out here locally. So I'm looking for more of like a beauty maker community. Right. But if you can find that, Facebook? And groups? If I'm you know what, Facebook, I'm not there. Like, I'm there, but I'm not as there as maybe I should be with the groups.
You might want to look at the groups. Okay. Because I found that they have been growing like on those groups. Like like me being in esthetician school. Yeah. I've joined some of them, and some of them is bomb. Like they in there dropping gems, like seasoned people in the industry, and I'm like, okay, I love this. This is the type. It's not like cattiness. Like the administrators on there, like don't even try it because I will take you out this group. But like finding groups like that, you might want to try to tap into that. Even if not being a presence like for business wise, but just going on there and just popping in to see like what the posts are and what people are talking about there. And then reaching out that you never know, because a lot of people think like seasoned people in the industry or seasoned brands, they're like, oh, they're not gonna like let me talk to them about or ask them questions because I'm potentially competition type thing. Right. But you would be very surprised about a lot of brands if you reached out, not DM, send them an email, send them a professional email, and asking like, hey, one of my pet peeves, don't hit nobody up talking about, can I pick your brain? People do not like to hear that, especially seasoned business owners. They cannot stand that lingo. But just reaching out and just asking like, hey, like you are an inspiration to me. I was wondering if you have like 30 minutes for me to hop on a video call or just, ask you some questions to get some information. Or do you have a mentorship program? Because a lot of them, sometimes they do. They have mentorship programs. So that might be something you might want to make a list. And you might want to reach out to some and see. Because some of them are, I cannot remember her name, but she owns Main Choice hair products.
Oh yeah,
and she's branched out because she has a whole distribution thing going on now. But I know that she, like someone like that, she has a mentorship program type thing. So it's just reaching out to those type of people, because you'll never like. When I see your brand, I think of like people like Lip Bar and stuff like that.
Thank you. Yes,
and you would never know. Like you might want to reach out to them. Those type of people, like they're more inclined to help people come tapping into the business. And so. Don't knock the big brands. A lot of them will definitely sit down and have a conversation. They'll look if they see you shining or see like your stuff is together. Like I would see like,
or engage with them.
Yeah,
just constantly engage.
Yeah.
I heard so many stories. Like,
engage. They see it. Like they might not. They'll see. So for sure.
Yeah.
Make your list, girl, and reach out to
I
people.
need to find me a community.
Yes.
So I encourage you to do the same.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yes,
doing that community and reaching out to those in those groups, I think that would definitely work for you. And brand ambassadors, reach out to people.
Oh yeah. So this year, that's one of my goals for Lips by BB is to do
your thing gonna take off.
Ambassadors or some type of collaboration pieces or projects, especially with makeup artists too. So I'm gonna really tap into that this year. I've already been reaching out to some artists. I'm really excited about sending them products and them using them on their clients.
Yeah, for sure. And don't I know a lot of people they'll think I gotta reach out to people with 1 million followers to get the reach. No. Those micro influencers be clutch. Yeah. They're the ones that are definitely have a more authentic audience. They're gonna be more inclined. They post something and say, buy this. They shooting to the website, blowing it up.
Yes.
Type thing. So don't sleep on the micro influencers. And micro influencers, I mean, they could have 1,000 followers, but they could be 1,000 loyal audience that's going to come your way and spend money with you. So don't sleep on people with small audience, the same amount of audience as you or, slightly bigger. They have loyal people for real that's gonna come your way.
Exactly.
For sure. But yeah, make a list, reach out. I'm a DM queen when it comes to that. Some of them, if they're larger, I'll send them a DM and say hey, I want to partner with you. How does this look like? And be clear on what you're looking for. And usually if I send a DM and I see they haven't opened it, I already assumed that it went to the other one and they probably didn't see it. Yep, so then I'll follow it up with an email. Yeah, sometimes they don't see it. And it's not them being shady or not responding. Sometimes it truly they didn't see it. It's been, and you're not the only one, boo, because there's probably a lot of messages in there.
Yep, no, it's happening.
For sure. But definitely follow it up with an email and just, reach out. If they have contact number, hit them up. You might be able to get to someone. But for sure, the brand ambassadors, I think, girl, it's going to blow it out of the water.
That's a new thing that I've launched to last year, the end of last year. Really trying to get on more shelves. So
for sure.
Any beauty salons or little sweets. If you guys want a beauty shelf, hit your girl up if you like lip cosmetics.
For sure.
That's going to be the push this year. So we're excited about that.
I love that.
What about you? What's going on?
What's going on with me? Let me see. So we just rezoned our building, so now we're beauty suites now.
Woo!
So
That's awesome.
We got 2 tenants in here now, and we're looking for one more.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that, and it's so full circle for me because I literally manifested this last year. Before I got this building, I said I wanted beauty suites.
Period.
And I was like, we're gonna get beauty
and we're
suites.
sitting in it, y'all.
Yeah, period. And so I just kind of just well, let me just put that out there. And one of our new tenants approached me and she was like, and I hadn't put it out there that I was looking for him yet, but she literally came to me. She's like, hey, I'm looking to, downsize. She's moving to Arizona, but she has an employee. And she's like, do you have a room? And I'm like, girl, say less.
Oh
absolutely.
Gosh,
it's alignment with our energy, and then the space is available. So went from there, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this other one filled. As soon as I posted, one of the other girls that was at Solo was like, hey, I want that spot. So it's just crazy how like things are coming full circle.
How long have you been in Fresno now?
So I'm originally from Fresno, but I was
you.
in Atlanta for like 10 years.
Got it.
Not on and off. Well, I was in the military in like Washington, then I went back. But I just moved back. This will be don't make me lying. I think it's the 4th year I've been back. I was like, we are in 2024 now.
Like,
we are. Yeah. So it's been, it'll be 4 years this year that I've been back. And so, yeah, I was at Sola for 3, and June of this year will be a year in this spot. So that went by fast. I'm like, dang, I'm already halfway through that. But yeah.
Here you are. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes. So.
If y'all have never been here, please come here.
Yeah.
It's such a vibe. Like, her whole aesthetic in here is like amazing. So.
Thank you so much. Yes. So we talked about future plan. Oh no, we didn't really talk about future plan. You said
future plans. Well,
projects, future plans.
Yeah. Okay. So I said goals for this year, kind of what our focus was.
Yeah.
I do see some more photo shoots. I mean, shoots are my thing. I love being on set, whether it's like a video. So I started out with marketing just straight videos. Like I was doing visuals, and then I started to kind of think like maybe I should start doing more photography, because that's important too, right? Especially when you're talking about different shades and skin complexions and stuff like that. So more projects, more collaborations. I love doing like give back events. So see that, hopefully 1 or 2 new products this year. What else? Lots of stuff with the alphas, so more networking and just boss babe shiz.
Yeah. What about traveling? Because I see you be moving.
Yeah,
you be moving like I be moving. So what's on the agenda this year?
Honestly, trying to build back kind of things that I lost in 2023. But 2023, yes, I did do my first international trip, and I feel like I went to Hong Kong, Bali, and Thailand. Phuket.
Oh, how did you like Thailand? I went to Thailand.
Loved it.
Girl.
If you know, you know.
I was over here like,
I'll be back.
Sell everything. I ain't coming home.
I'll be back. Okay, listen.
It's everything.
But I feel like, you're a traveler, like you gain so much inspiration just by being in different places and different cultures and just places, right? And so I gain a lot of inspiration by traveling too. But this year, where do I don't know. I don't think I have any plans, anything.
She's going to put something on there.
I might. But yeah, maybe some more local stuff in the States stuff. But sure. I do say, traveling internationally was amazing. Yeah. So if you can do it, do it. But traveling, just period.
I love it. Well, tell everybody. Ooh, my voice, Lord.
Mimosa.
The mimosa getting to me, girl. Tell everybody how they can find you on social.
Yeah. So, Lips by BB _ Lips by BB on Instagram, Lips by BB on Facebook, Lips by BB on TikTok, and lipsbybb.com. You can shop with us, but we are on shelves here locally in Fresno. So if you visit Lala Aesthetics & Co., we're inside there. We're also in Muse in downtown Fresno. And we're also in the Bay Area at my sister's Lash Shop, too. So if you're in the Berkeley area, you can shop Lips by BB. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Also with the Alphas with Love on Instagram for all the Boss Babe stuff. And yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what is going on with my voice.
I'm going to finish the show. I'm going to wrap it up.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
You so much, sis.
As you guys always know, I love creating a space for you guys to hear inspiration from other women in business. And stay tuned for next episode.
Thank you.
Bye.